Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Goalie Daddy. We're going to talk about toe ties today, the importance of goalie skates, which we're just continuing our talk, and maybe we'll throw in a couple little tips and stuff in there for you. So stay tuned and enjoy the show. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Goalie Daddy. We're here today in East Boston at Parazzo Rink, home of the Middlesex Icemen. Today's episode is actually brought to you by the Middlesex Icemen and Lavelle Hockey. So stay tuned for after. We'll give you all the info. You guys can check it out and see about signing your kids up for some skills clinic and or some elite hockey, because they have some great hockey and some great coaching here. And of course, as usual, I'm Lorenzo, the Goalie Daddy, and this is Nico. He's my 09 goalie. We're going to be here today talking about toe ties, something super important. We're just kind of moving on from goalie skates. Goalie skates, of course, are super important, something that's important for every goalie, but toe ties are just as important. Toe tie is the part of the skate, the part of the pad that actually attaches to the goalie to the pad through his goalie skate. We're going to show you some examples of toe ties. Every pad has a different type of toe tie, and it's really just more about what is your preference for what you want to do and for ease of use. There's the elastic, there's just the string, and then there's kind of like a combination string elastic, and there's even one that attaches to your skate and it just hooks right to your pad. They're amazing, they're great, and they're really easy. Every pad should be hooked up by your goalie. Your goalie should be able to do this. Whether it's an 09, a 2010, it really doesn't matter. This should be really easy. Nico, what kind of toe ties do you use?
I use clips.
Okay, so the clips, right? They're called flex toe. Right. And what does that do? How do you put it on?
So I put it on my skate. I'll hook it onto one of my laces.
Yep.
And then I'll just put the rest of my pad on.
Okay, so it basically hooks around the toe, goes through the toe hole, comes up, hooks to the laces. Pretty much any 8 or 9-year-old should be able to do this. But again, this is something that's super important. It actually puts the pad back into position after the goalie goes down in a butterfly. The other thing this does is when a goalie is down in his butterfly, it allows his foot to stay more in an upright position. It takes a lot of stress off his knees and his hips. This is super important for you, especially young goalies. Although young goalies can be very flexible, you can still get hurt. You can still tear ligaments and be uncomfortable. So this is really important. It's more of a preference than it is anything else. Some goalies like to use laces, and again, we'll show an example of that. We're going to try to show an example of everything here. So, but they're really important. What you could do is ask your local place to see what they sell and what they recommend. A great place to do that is Sports Etc. We'll put out the information for Sports Etc. They're really the experts at this type of stuff. But you can go to your local place, whether you're here in East Boston or you're all the way on the other side of the world in California. You can definitely check out your local hockey place, your local goalie place, and they can tell you what's best. Most of the time they come with what comes with the pad, and it's really easy to put on. Most places can show you. If not, you can always reference us back here with the Goalie Daddy, and we can show you. We're going to show you some clips now and show you what's going on with toe ties nowadays and kind of go on from there. So as you guys can see here, this is another form of the toe tie. This is an elastic called flex toe. Super easy. You can see Nico here is putting on his flex toes. Really easy, hooks around the toe and then comes up and hooks onto the laces. And this is after, as he's putting his pad on, you can see he's putting his pad on there, and can definitely see how easy it is for any kid of any age to put on those toe ties and then continue getting dressed. And you can see how it centers his foot into the pad and gives him the stability that he needs when he pops back up. Super easy. Here's another example here. We have a lace, a skate lace. This is kind of an old way to do it, but a lot of goalies like to do it, and you can see how it's tied in the front, small loop, and then kind of tied up and around and over. This is another form of a toe tie. It's kind of a fancy, schmancy, as I like to call it, toe tie. It's mainly used predominantly, I've only seen it with Warrior goalie equipment, and it kind of not only binds the toe, which comes around and loops around, but it also binds behind the skate and the player's leg, which is kind of a different way of doing it. Here you can see the goalie's dad helping him out here a little bit. These are a little bit more complicated, not as kid-friendly, but still one and the same, still a very easy thing to do. We're back Monday. All right, guys, so if you have any questions, feel free to hit us up here at the Goalie Daddy, and we can answer them for you. As usual,
Just comment down below, hit that like button, and subscribe, and click that notification bell so you get notified when we update new videos.
all right, like Nico the Goalie said, make sure you hit that subscribe button, okay? And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free, comment below, and we'll try to get back to all the answers and all the questions as soon as possible here at the Goalie Daddy. So today's episode is brought to you by the Middlesex Icemen, LaBelle Hockey, over here in beautiful East Boston, Orient Heights, Parazo Ring, okay? Please subscribe. We'll talk to you soon from the Goalie Daddy.
Bye, guys.
All right, guys, so this is the Goalie Daddy again. So we get a lot of parents always asking me tips about equipment, gear, tons of questions. One of the first questions I got right off the bat from the website was, how do you loosen up a goalie glove? Okay, that's your goalie mitt right there. Nico's got a brand new one. So this is what we do, real easy. And this is gonna sound super crazy, but you know what we do? We stick it in the oven. Set your timer for about 20 minutes. Put it on about 200 degrees, leave it in there for about 10 minutes. Once the inside of the glove gets warm, have your goalie stick his hand in it, open and close it, open and close it. You wanna try to do that a couple times, maybe even 4 or 5 times until it gets to the consistency that he wants. And then make sure that he uses it every chance he gets in every training. But don't be afraid to stick it back in the oven. Just keep an eye on it and you'll be all right. If you guys want any more tips, feel free to hit us up down below. Give me some comments, okay? And we'll try to get to every one that you have.
And subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get notified when we upload new videos.
All right, guys. Thanks again, and we'll get to all your tips real soon. From the Goalie Daddy.
See you guys.